What's the connection between Corby and an enormous amount of porridge found on Mars?
Well, that would be definite evidence of life on Mars if they found a bowl of porridge.
Yeah. And then 3 bears.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Yeah.
And then the probe would be able to determine whether it was too hot, cold, or indeed just right.
Just right.
Is it the Scottish Space Programme? We'll send them porridge to Mars.
Cast your mind back to June-ish 1969.
Right.
OK.
What happened then? Big famous thing.
The old moon landing.
The moon landings. Yeah. Now, in the 230-odd thousand miles from Earth to the moon, there's a lot of boring time in which the three sitting in their podule are chatting to mission control. Houston said, and in Corby, England, an Irishman, John Coyle, has won the world's porridge-eating championship by consuming 23 bowls of instant oatmeal in a 10-minute time limit. Over. That's actual transcript. And Apollo 11 said, I'd like to enter Aldrin in an oatmeal eating contest next time. He's on the 19th bowl. Roger. Which deathless conversation led to NASA getting rather obsessed with Corby and porridge. And so it named a crater on Mars Corby.
If there is any life on Mars, aren't they going to be angry that everywhere's been named according to some NASA-based in-joke system?
The rules that govern the naming of craters on Mars, they have to be named after towns in the world with a population below 100,000. The ones beginning with C include Cadiz, Cairns...
Cadiz.
Cadiz, thank you. Cadiz. -5. Cairns. How do I say Cairns? Oh, Cairns. Canberra, similarly. Charleston. How are you going to say Charleston? Your best Southern Belle accent.
Charleston.
Oh, it's like a drunk aunt, isn't it? And crew. Crew.
Do they have outside, you know, when you go into Crewe, is there a sign that says twinned with a crater on Mars?
Is that photo taken from the moon or is that taken from Mars? Because the Earth's probably too big, isn't it?
Well, it could be a graphic image, and if it is a graphic image, whenever you see on the news graphic representations of Mars, it usually says, courtesy NASA JPL, Jet Propulsion Lab, but by a weird coincidence that only happens in the land of QI, the name of the senior graphic programmer at NASA is Corby Waste.
We're all going to live on Mars in the end.
How are you? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah? That 1950s boys'
Solar
adventure
system.
book isn't necessarily the truth.
I didn't get it from there. I got it from Channel 5.
Open your desk.
They said the
Wait
sun...
a minute. You can get Channel 5.
That is you.
That's me.
That's an Alan Potato Head. I don't know.
Yeah, I watched this documentary and they said eventually the sun will explode or implode or something and everything will be gone.
That won't help Mars, will it?
Including Earth. So on the way out, we have to stop at Mars.
Oh, I thought you meant there was a services there.
There'll be someone trying to get you to join the RAC in the car park. Humans will leave this planet, Stephen. They will.
The wise one has spoken, ladies and gentlemen.
Largest ocean in the solar system. Anybody?
In the solar system?
What do we reckon?
Well, it's not going to be an ocean with water in it, is it?
Well, that is the thing that we do not know.
It's one of the moons. Is it the one?
Yes.
Eucalyptus.
What's it called?
Titan. It's bound to be Titan. That's the only moon.
Euripides?
Europa.
Europa.
So I'm going to give you an extra point for that because, yeah, very good. Absolutely. It's Jupiter's moon, Europa. The Hubble telescope has detected a water plume which is 20 times higher than Mount Everest. So possibly there is 3 times as much water on Europa as there is in the world ocean.
If it's water.
Well, it's hard to say.
We don't know what could be custard.
Famously, Jupiter custard.
If it's custard, where were the eggs sourced?
Are you worrying about the organic nature of Jupiter.
No, I wouldn't mind if it's sort of powdered custard, but either way, you've got to think, where's the vanilla come from, the eggs? Got to think about it scientifically.
Well,
because that's
yeah.
one of the things that means it probably isn't custard.
Yes.
That's why they've jumped to water. I'm examining it properly.
Please don't let this be caught by you, this system that David employs.
I like powdered custard.
How does this happen to me?
So, now, what would be the best planet in the solar system to take your annual holiday in or on? Yes.
Earth.
Absolutely the right answer, I frankly say. I don't think there could be a better answer.
Well, the great advantage of Earth is that you can survive on it.
Yes.
So lovely on a holiday, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
To just
breathe
live
air
through
again.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hello.
Uranus,
Why Uranus?
because it would be much longer.
Ah, now there you're getting very interesting. It's about how long a year is or a season is.
How long is a Uranian year?
A Uranian year is 84 Earth years.
84.
But each day is only 17 hours, so again, it spins faster than us.
So how long would a fortnight be?
It's a very good question indeed.
17 times 14 would be a fortnight.
How long's a year on Jupiter, then?
A year is about 12 of our years, but it spins very quickly. So a day on Jupiter is only about 10 hours.
So you might not get a longer holiday the further away from...
And I think I'd need those things that go around your wrists so you don't get travel sick if it's spinning like that.
Jupiter is also entirely gas, which is not really very nice. The shopping and the sightseeing opportunities are amazing. A layer of black liquid hydrogen, 27,000 miles thick, crushes carbon into diamonds that are literally the size of the Ritz. So you could really get some serious bling from Jupiter.
Try to deal with that.
Yeah.
Sort of that a diamond the size of a hotel.
And another thing that's rather exciting is that it precipitates neon rather than water in the atmosphere, which creates brilliant, bright red rain. It's fabulous. That would be so pretty. So, but
It'd be lovely to go, wouldn't it?
that there,
You don't want rain on holiday, though, do you, even if it's bunny?
that storm, that eye, as they call it, which is in the middle of Jupiter, is about 4 times the size of the Earth. So that's,
So essentially, Jupiter's a nightmare. Because if your annual holiday, not only is it a shorter fortnight, it only happens once every 10 years.
Yes. that is true.
Very bad.
Venus, on the other hand, rotates incredibly slowly. A fortnight's break on Venus would last over 15 years. That's how long the days are.
But you need factor 980 then.
Oh, the weather is awful. It's clouds of sulfuric acid. The surface is hot enough to melt aluminium, so you need really thick flip-flops. And the atmospheric pressure is equivalent to being half a mile under the sea on Earth. The air isn't very fresh. It's mostly carbon dioxide. So it really is a bit... it's a bit like being in an Ibizan club at about 6 in the morning.
You'd only want a week there, wouldn't you? You'd only want a week.
You'd only want a week on
15
Venus.
years.
I think you're right. Now, we have another question here, and this is for a bonus of 10. Fingers on the buzzers, please. How many planets are there in the solar system?
9.
Oh, once again, 9. Not the right answer. It's another forfeit of 10, I'm afraid. I'm afraid the answer is actually 8.
I'm going to write them down. You carry on.
OK.
Mars.
Yes, Mars is one.
Pluto.
No.
Here we go again.
Pluto is a planet.
Goofy.
It was discovered in the 1930s. It was the most recent planet to be
It was discovered by Clive Tombaugh in 1930, exactly, yes.
But it's a collection of gases. It's not actually...
It's not a planet.
Not a
By
planet.
no criterion by which planets are judged could Pluto be said
It's really,
to be a
really
planet.
big and it goes round the sun.
It's,
Yes, so it's not really big at all. It's tiny.
Well, that's why it took so long to find that. Don't be hard on it.
No, there are many others. There are many others of the same size that are going around the sun, which are not classified as
I watched an entire BBC series
called The Planets.
called The Planets.
Yeah.
Banged on and on about there being 9.
There was a great movement afoot to discover the 9th planet. Hubble, the astronomer, had predicted there would be a 9th planet, and Clive Tombaugh in 1930 discovered Pluto and claimed that it was a planet. But almost everybody now has agreed that it isn't.
What is it then?
It's a tiny ball of ice. They're the sort of earthy, solid planets, like Mars and Venus and,
But they're
and
not
Mercury.
those solid, because Uranus and is known as one of the gas
That's what I was
giants.
starting to say. There are the
They're
four
the
Earth ones, and there are the
surface.
four gas ones. That's what I'm saying.
out with it and
But
say
Pluto is
Uranus.
neither. On the other hand, if Pluto can be said to be a planet, then so can the asteroids, already technically known as minor planets. In the year 2000, 71,788 of these, with more being discovered every year. Pluto is only twice as big as the largest of these, which is Ceres, and is not only much tinier than all the other planets, but is smaller than 7 of their moons as well.
Is there a rest stop between you and the end of this statement?
Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos. Well, please, come on, pick something.